Okay, so accuracy is our next stop. Right, so in every science experiment we have to measure things. Okay, so in science we don't, well, occasionally we just look at things and we make observations, but most of the time what we really want to do is measure something. So I've planned an experiment. The experiment is that I will set a trolley car on top of a ramp. I'll let the trolley car roll down the ramp and I'll measure how long it takes to get to the end of the ramp. Then I'll add more weight to it. So I'll add an extra 10 grams, I'll measure how long it takes, I'll add another 20 grams, I'll measure how long it takes, so on and so forth. Okay? It's not good enough for me to just look at it and say, geez, I think that's getting a little bit faster, or I think it slowed down a bit that time. Okay? I have to measure it. So when I'm thinking about these things, I have to think about what I have to measure. So first thing I have to do is I have to measure the weight of the car. Okay? Now in order to measure weight, the thing that we use is a scale. Okay, so not only do we have to measure things, but we have to measure them accurately. Okay, I can't just pick it up and say, geez, that's pretty heavy. I have to know how heavy it is. So I have to put it on a scale. Okay, now another thing that I have to measure, I'm measuring how long it takes to get to the end of the ramp. So I have to measure time. And for that, I'll use a stopwatch. You know, I wouldn't use the clock on the wall because it's not as accurate. A stopwatch will measure to tenths or even hundredths of a second, whereas the clock on the wall with the second hand, the best I can get is to seconds. Right? So to measure the time, I'm going to use a stopwatch. It's the most accurate way to measure the time. Okay, other thing that I'll have to measure is the distance of the ramp. Okay, to make sure that the ramp length doesn't change. And to measure distances, we use a tape measure. Okay. So that's for a longer distance. If it's a short distance, I'd use a ruler. Okay, I use the most accurate thing that I can for the job. Another thing I might have to measure is the height of the ramp. Okay, and for that I would probably use either a tape measure or a meter stick again. Okay, so these are all of the things that I need to measure. And all of the things I'll measure them with because I want to make sure that I'm being as accurate as I possibly can. Okay, that's accuracy. Good luck with it.